So in this next lesson, let's try to go and solve the coding challenge that I gave you. So I'm hoping you got the idea on how to solve this issue. So for now, I'm going to go and try to figure out this by using the developer tools. We did learn from previous lessons that by using the developer tools, we can go and do some testing out for our project so that we can figure out what's wrong with our layout, with the code that we've used, without having the need to worry about the original code that is inside of our code editor. This is going to be useful, especially for doing debugging and testing, so that we can try to figure out first what's the problem with our original code without having the need to worry to make changes in our code editor or in our main document. So if I go and try to click this, we know that this is an element which is a child element of the section element. And we use the position property with the value absolute. However, we haven't set the parent element, which is the section element with the class children's stories here, to relative. And that's the reason why it's being positioned absolute to our body element. So if we try to go and put here position relative, let me just correct my spelling here. Now you would see that we were able to solve the challenge that I gave you. Okay? So I'm hoping that this was something that you were able to accomplish. Now what's remaining here is for us to do that and apply that in our main document, because once we refresh this, it goes back up there, right? Now let's go back to our code editor and try to solve this by making our class children story section have the position property set to relative. Now let's try to go and refresh this, and we were able to go and solve our challenge here. So let me just go apply some changes for some of the styling here inside of our boxes here. Let me just go add some padding top. Margin bottom. Let's have the padding bottom. Let's increase that to 10 pixels. Let's go and see how that will look on our browser here. Okay, so we were able to increase some space here. However, we can see that this is on top of the box here, the blue box, and we don't want that. So for the next coding challenge, I want you to figure out on what property you will need to change by changing its values so that this box here and this following boxes here will be moving downward. I would want you to go and use the developer tools for this. Try to figure out how you will be able to move our paragraphs here and our aside elements here moving downward. Okay, so try to figure this out on your own, and then I'm going to run you through on how we can do this in the next lesson.